In the early 2010s, behind the white walls of Nintendo's Kyoto headquarters, the company was quietly fighting for its life. The trouble began in 2011. Their newest flagship handheld, the 3DS, struggled to find an audience right out of the gate. That initial stumble was followed by a heavier blow. Their next-generation home console, the Wii U, arrived and almost immediately stalled on store shelves. This chart tracks Nintendo's corporate revenue during that period. The launch windows for both the 3DS and the Wii U mark exact points where income plummeted, placing immense pressure on leadership. Back-to-back hardware failures of this magnitude created an existential financial threat. Investors panicked, and the board needed to take drastic action to stop the bleeding. When corporate revenues fall off a cliff, traditional executives usually reach for the exact same playbook. They evaluate the company strictly through a spreadsheet. To balance the books and calm furious shareholders quickly, the most efficient method is to locate the largest single expense and aggressively reduce it. In the technology sector, that expense is almost always the human workforce. Mass employee layoffs are the expected, standard-issue corporate response. Cutting staff instantly makes the quarterly metrics look healthier, but it guts the remaining teams, leaving the survivors anxious, overworked, and looking for the exit. For a company built entirely on imagination, prioritizing short-term financial survival actively sabotages the future. It eliminates the exact people required to design a way out of the hole. Satoru Iwata, Nintendo's president at the time, approached the problem differently. Long before he managed corporate balance sheets, he spent years writing complex code. He was a dedicated programmer. He understood that groundbreaking entertainment doesn't materialize from a perfectly balanced ledger. It is written and built by human beings. This chart compares standard corporate layoffs to Iwata's approach. Instead of terminating staff to save money in 2011, he halved his executive salary. As Wii U struggles deepened years later, he cut his pay a second time, leaving staff metrics completely untouched. In a creative industry, fear is a highly measurable business liability. Game developers have to take massive creative risks to build something compelling. If they are constantly terrified of losing their livelihoods, they stick to what is safe. This model illustrates the dynamic. As a fear-based culture expands within a studio, creative output shrinks. The anxiety of failure paralyzes the ability to solve difficult design problems. Taking a massive pay cut was Iwata's method of buying psychological safety. He was keeping the company's human operating system running without friction. When a company's primary asset is its ability to surprise its audience, the long-term health of employee morale outweighs the short-term benefit of a profit margin. Nintendo still had massive, ongoing business problems to solve. Slashing one executive's salary didn't magically fix the Wii U's sales numbers, but it sent a deliberate, undeniable message of solidarity straight down through the ranks of the company. The development teams experienced immense relief. They were shielded from the paralysis of corporate fear and allowed to focus entirely on their work. Because that internal culture was protected, the teams retained the creative capacity they needed to eventually invent their way out of the crisis. The standard executive playbook dictates that a leader protects their own position and wealth first, passing the consequences of failure down the chain. True accountability cannot be delegated. It has to begin at the very top of the organizational chart. When external pressure rises, a truly capable leader does not ask their team to carry the burden alone. To lead effectively in a crisis, you step forward and you take the hit first.